What's up, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. This is your boy Falco, or actually, welcome to the channel because this is the podcast channel. This is the TalonCast. This is episode 1 on the podcast channel. If you guys have made it over here from the main channel, make sure you guys drop a like or let me know down below that you are coming from the main Falco channel. But yeah, this is the first episode of the podcast. Like I said before, guys, we will have guests on, but I think we should probably get a few episodes under our belt as just, the TalonCast podcast or the TalonCast, it's redundant. Before we start inviting people onto the podcast, because right now we have like 8 subscribers or something like that. So we should probably, establish ourselves, right? Establish ourselves as a podcaster, as a solo podcaster. I don't know. Let me know what you guys think. Also, let me know what you guys think about the name. Some of you guys haven't let me know, but some of you guys have. But this was a very interesting week, guys. This was an extremely interesting week, considering the fact that we received tempering. Last week, we received tempering, which is a form of, I guess you would call it, vertical progression for items. And it was not put into the PTR before it was put into the game, which was interesting to me because I thought the PTR was a place where you tested stuff to make sure it was like functional and usable, and was a little more like you had people to say whether it was bad or good before you release it to the public. But that gives me hope that they may release a lot more stuff to the regular Alpha 2 servers without it going through the PTR, which is interesting. But the biggest thing you guys probably are wondering, because I did not put out a video talking about this on my main channel, because I was like, you know what, this is gonna be a perfect thing to talk about for the podcast, because I know a lot of you guys are probably wondering, Falco, what do you think about them pushing back Alpha 2 Phase 3 until August? That's 3 months, because it's supposed to be May 1st, so all May, all June, all July, and basically beginning of August. August 4th is the day that Phase 3 will start. For all you guys who don't know, that May 1st is not going to be Phase 3. It's going to be Phase 2.5. Yeah, that's a joke. It was a joke. But you know what I mean. It's going to be Phase 2.5 in the sense that basically Intrepid, in so many words, on this article, which I'm looking at right now, basically said that they are not ready to release this as a Phase 3. This alpha is not complete to the point where they feel like they can let people in and call it Phase 3. They're still going to let the people who bought Phase 3 packages for May 1st into the game, but they are not going to officially call this phase starting May 1st Phase 3. It's going to be a Phase 2 extension. Phase 3, the real Phase 3 will start August 4th. And what you guys are probably wondering, then what are we getting May 1st? What are we getting May 1st? We are getting new servers and a server merge. They kind of hinted at how we are supposed to, or the reason why they're doing the server merge between Vira and Lineth is because they want to test out their merging, I guess, software. I mean, I guess that's probably what they do want to do, but that is not the overarching reason, in my opinion, why they're doing it. And that's from someone who's played on both servers. Both of the servers are dead. They need to merge them because no one wants to play the game, and definitely doesn't want to play it now that they know that that Phase 3 is coming out in August, and that there's some stuff that they say they want to put into the game, which I'm gonna get into because you guys, but you guys already know of it. I'm gonna give you my take on like how I feel about their promises, because I mean at this point in time I feel like a lot of us don't feel like their promises or their plans really hold any water or any weight. Like you'd be in a sinking ship. But I'm like I said, I'm glad that they are. I wouldn't like. What am I gonna call this? I'm happy that they told us, even though it was like a week or 2 weeks before Phase 3 was supposed to start. But we could all see the writing on the wall. I feel like we all kind of knew that they were extremely behind. I don't know if I said it in a podcast when we were doing Rebirth Radio or not, but I swear I've said it before. That was like, it feels like they're 3 months behind because we were supposed to get like the Rogue and like a lot of systems like 3 months prior, but we got them like 3 months ahead. So I was like, they must be, they must be behind still. They must be crunching still. Hopefully they're not crunching. I hope they're not. I hope people are still happy working for Intrepid, because we still need great developers who really feel passionate about this game. So I want the developers to feel as comfortable and happy and motivated and positive about this game as possible, because they're the ones who what their work shines through when the game is like developed. Um, but I don't know. What do you guys think? What do you guys think? Do you feel like this it was warranted? Did you expect it? Did you not? I expected it. I'd never expect them to hit dates at this point. I've been following this game since 2023, and they very rarely, I'm not going to say they don't, because that would be a lie, but they very rarely hit the dates that they set forward. But like Steven says, development is a moving train. A lot of people are kind of like soured, I guess you would call it, by everyone saying it's an alpha, it's an alpha, it's an alpha. What's it called? Let them cook, and I'm not gonna say any names, but it's like, well, there was a funny thing that someone said. They were like, "How are we gonna let them cook if they say, if the kitchen ain't even open, like if the game's not even open, like how they cooking? Like more like let them prepare to cook more so, because the kitchen ain't open, like the restaurant ain't open." Um, but yeah, that's funny to me. That's funny to me. I personally didn't think tempering was that good. I feel like tempering is like negligible. By the way, if you guys are wondering what I am showing you in the background, it is me exploring the new tropics. So, by the way, if you made it this far into my ramble, which is like 6 minutes in, make sure you guys type in Kirby. Kirby, got this. My friend brought me this from Japan. I do plan to have a trip to Japan like soon, also, in like a few months. So that's gonna be fun. But yeah, type Kirby down. But yeah, the background or the footage that you see in the back is me exploring the Vandegar Tropics that has been updated, and it looks beautiful. The water looks great. The little stone arches look great, or the mountain arches. I don't know what you want to call them. But it looks beautiful. There's nothing to do out there. But back to what I was saying. Yeah, like let them cook. I feel like a lot of people are soured by that, especially considering the fact that it seems that the game is visually like there's like stuff is being built, but doesn't feel like the game is being fleshed out. But I'm kind of like all over the place with my emotions towards that anyway right now, because like I know they need to build shit, like they need to build the environment to be able to like make the quest and make everything feel good. So I'm kind of in between. I'm indifferent at this point, because I've complained enough about how everyone's been kind of, what's the word, like let them cook. Everyone's kind of just been like, doesn't, regardless of what Intrepid does, let them cook. If they miss dates, let them cook. If they do something that you don't really particularly enjoy, it doesn't matter, let them cook. I've already said that, so I'm blue in the face. So I don't really feel any way towards that anymore. But let's get into these phase 2 extension notes that they keep talking about, that they expect to be in the game before phase 3 starts, which is August 4th, 2025. They expect to implement and test dynamic gridding before August 4th, as well as implement a second starting area in the anvils and revamp the questing and first time user experience, which is interesting. I want to bring that up. I have a friend who I bought a key for, and they played it. They were very casual, and they were like, dang, this grind sucks. Like the questing is not even here. Obviously I let them know it's an alpha and that like certain things are not working as intended, and they're gonna get better as the game gets better. But he's like, yeah, man, it's kind of difficult. And he kind of came into the game towards the end of phase 2, so like a month ago. So he was like, dang, there ain't no one to do dungeons with or do pocket dungeons or level up with. We can't even get to level 20 on our rogues and his mage. So he was like, dang, what's going on? Like, it feels pretty dead. And I was like, dang, this is a very bad representation for new people who don't follow the game. Like, because my friend does not follow the game like that. But he does like MMOs, and I was like, you should try it. Let's see what you think. I did it kind of. I wanted to play with my friend, but I also did it kind of as a social experiment to see how would someone who does not follow this game, and is coming into it knowing it's a test, but still wants to see how much they could play this game, how they feel, and it wasn't very good. I feel like Intrepid which is all right. Steven always says this. He's like, it's all right if we fail, just don't fail the same way. And I feel like these specific missed dates, especially this one, considering the fact that they're still letting phase 3 people in, but it's not phase 3. So these phase 3 people who are going to be able to get into the game are going to be playing it still as if it was phase 2, not even full phase 2. We don't have a lot of stuff. We don't have story arcs. The game is not. I know Steven was thinking, he's like, fuck, if we don't let these phase 3 people in, and they're probably people who friggin' don't follow this game at all and aren't really supporters, they just want to try a new MMO. If we don't let them in, they're gonna rip our shit. If we make them wait 3 more months, so it's not gonna make us look good. So he probably was weighing which one's gonna make us look worse. If I let them play this unfinished game that's 3 months behind of testing of where we expected it to be, or if I just make them wait until August 4th. He probably was like, you know what? Let me just let these niggas in and deal with the consequences of these niggas hating the game and being like, this shit's trash. But yeah, it's just very interesting. I would not want to be in his position. That man Steven's probably like, please. We're gonna talk more about that because Steven was definitely taking some litmus tests in the freaking Discord, and he was asking people some questions. But let's keep going on. There's more stuff that's going to be in phase 2 extension, which is ongoing server worker and realm performance improvements, which was supposed to be done in phase 1, which was in October. So I guess they still are having problems, even more so with servers. They're also transitioning to Unreal Engine 5.5, which is going to add more developer tools, performance and development flexibility, etc. And then significant economy and stat balances efforts over the next 3 months in preparation for a solid phase 3 start. They say solid. I don't know, coach. And then they also want to introduce more races, which is the Pyre, which is the elves, the Rinkai, which are the orcs, and the Nikuin, which are the dwarves, the island dwarves. with all armor sets, along with the last archetype, the summoner. Me personally, I highly doubt all this is going to be implemented before August 4th. I have no faith in Intrepid to release stuff when they say so. This is, in my opinion, the save face. Like I said, I love my developers. I love my Intrepid developers. I really do. I love you guys. You guys are the best. But what can I say? I've just lost faith. Not to say I won't still support you, and that I won't still give actionable feedback to help make the development of the game a little better. At least the way I know how to. But I just don't expect you guys to release another archetype 3 months after you released another, or what would you say, 4 months after you released the Rogue. The Rogue was in development, it seemed like, since phase 1. And I just don't see you guys releasing this summoner, which is supposed to be like this hybrid-esque class. Oh my god, why is the video in the back so fucked? 1 second, sorry guys. I'm not sure why this is acting so funky. You guys are probably like, fuck, what's going on with your video? Hold up. I'm gonna just take this shit all the way to the back. I just don't have any faith that they're going to. Is it good? There we go. Okay, but I just don't have any faith that the developers can execute on all of this. This is a lot of shit for 3 months. It's just a lot, and I just don't see it. Like Pyre, Rinkai, and Nikuin. Obviously no Tolonar, because who knows what the fuck happened to the Tolonar. Economy and stat balancing. Who knows? That could be shaky. Questing. When they say questing, are they mean questing for all of the nodes they put in? Because I'm assuming they're going to release 3 more nodes in between from May, at the end of April, which we're getting the anvils. May, which we're getting, my bad. At the end of April, we're getting the June Dark. May, we're getting the anvils. At the end of May, and at the end of June, I don't know what the fuck we're getting. At the end of July, I don't know what we're getting. And that's like 4 more nodes. Like, are they really going to be able to make questing fun, actionable, and something that first time users are actually going to be able to enjoy in 2 freaking starting areas? I don't know. It doesn't seem feasible. It doesn't seem like it's going to be it's gonna do what they expect. God, why is the video still lagging back? I'm not sure why, but yeah, it just doesn't seem likely But yeah, let's go on to what Steven was talking about. He was talking to people in the Discord, and he was asking people if they felt like if they wanted a fresh start server, because he was initially it was just going to be the merge of the Vara and Lynette server. But I guess enough people in the Discord pushed back enough and asked for a fresh start, so he added that upon the notes, the patch, or not the patch notes, the dev news notes on the site. So I guess now we're getting Vira and Lynette is going to get merged together, and they're adding a fresh start server. Who knows what the hell's gonna go on with that? Maybe all the big annoying guilds are gonna go to another server, or maybe they go to Vira. Who knows? But all I know is that that's just gonna give the new people who join, it's gonna weed out a lot of the phase 3 people who already probably are like, dang, this game is so far behind from what they initially expected they projected to be at. In the sense of phase 2's, like, what's it called, their world, or their, what do you call it, roadmap. Phase 2's roadmap, they're gonna be like, dang, they're behind. This game, questing's the first thing people are gonna like shit on. I feel like they're like, dang, this shit's been in alpha since October, and the questing is still kind of shaky. Hopefully the servers don't crash when people try to log into the new server, because I think a lot of the people are probably gonna try starting on a fresh start server. I'm not sure what the hell I'm gonna do yet, so I'm not sure yet. What's going on? There we go. I think we're good. But yeah, guys, I don't know. It's a very shaky thing. Also, even though we're going into what's called this new phase, this extended Alpha 2 phase 2 is still going to be 5 days per week, and we're going to still have 2 days that we're not playing the game. It's not going to start being 24/7 until August 4th. So understand that, but I don't think that many people are even playing Alpha right now, so no one really cares. I know I don't, because I don't know how I'm gonna get content for you guys, like gameplay wise, because I just don't play the game right now. I'm gonna keep it honest. I just don't know how I'm going to get you guys new content. Like maybe starting May 1st, I might just make a new character just to get you guys content. But it's like one of those things where it's obviously it's an alpha, so I'm not here to make content. I'm here to test the game. But as a content creator for a game in development, I just don't know how I'm gonna give you guys actionable like gameplay content that is new and refreshing, because nothing is really new in the game other than the environments. As you see, this environment is new. It's laggy as fuck, but it's new. God, let me zoom out. Okay, there we go. Why is it so fucking laggy? Like, hold up, guys. Hold up. I'm gonna reopen this. Let's close that shit. God, I can't even take it. I'm like, what's going on? What's going on? There we go. Oh, shit. There we go. Good? I have no clue. Maybe that's better. I don't know. Yeah. But, like I said, I'm not sure. I'm not sure how this game is going to last with like testers, like us testers. Is it going to be enough for phase 3 testers to full phase 3 testers into testing this game for another 3 months? And I do say full because like this game, it's very easy to fall victim to, oh, this game has so much depth, but which it has none right now, in my opinion. And I know that sounds pretty harsh, but it's an alpha. Like it's not supposed to have depth, but I'm saying it to be honest. Like the game doesn't have any depth. You grind fucking mobs, you do caravans, you get your caravan gets blown up. That's the only way to like create like any actionable gold right now, is to run commodities, and you don't do boats because they're so fucking expensive. And if you lose your boat, you're fucking done. So it's like 25 gold to get a boat. There's a lot of stuff that just is imbalanced and doesn't feel very fun to even test, let alone use right now. I'm wondering, are people even going to come back in August to try this if they don't enjoy the initial impression when they play the alpha starting May 1st? And I'm talking about phase 3 testers. Like for the phase 1 and phase 2, they probably already know like that. but they're like, most of them are so far gone. Like a lot of people I was testing the game with and enjoying it, the people that you probably heard in videos, they are so far gone. They haven't even touched this game since January. I don't think they probably will ever come back. But I don't think Steven may not care if these people come back, honestly, at this point. Which I'm putting words in his mouth, but like I don't mean it in that way, like he doesn't care about anyone. But he's probably like, at some point I'll market the game and new people will come, or maybe they won't, but hopefully they do. Like that's just the way. Right now, they're not marketing it to anyone. But it just feels kind of like he's shooting himself in the foot right now. Do you feel me, guys? It kind of feels like Intrepid or Steven is shooting themselves in the foot by basically saying, this isn't the experience we wanted to give you guys starting May 1st for our phase 3 launch, but we're still letting you in, but it's not the experience that we wanted to give you, but we will in 3 months. You feel me? Which is interesting to me. I don't know. I have a weird vibe about that. I'm kind of weirded out, but like I said, I still have faith that they can make a game that the masses enjoy. It's just kind of shaky because this game is a game where you pay monthly, and if people don't like the initial thing, they definitely won't come back because it's a monthly thing. Like at least when you buy a game, and you pay a one-time fee, you don't have to come back and pay again to try it when an update happens. But this one, if an update happens, they have to pay more money to try the update, which I'm not sure if people are willing to do that nowadays because there's not too many like games that are pay per month. But who knows? I did want to talk about. I know I didn't talk enough about this. This is another thing that we're gonna go off on a tangent on. But I did want to talk about the Archer's focus system. I really do enjoy the Archer's focus system. I think it's super cool and super neat. I just don't feel, and this is me talking about the Archer because I know I haven't talked about it in a while, and I know I did put out a video on my main channel about it, but I know this is a podcast and I know we're just talking about just things regarding the game. I think that the focus is like the right direction they gave the Archer for his like unique, like I guess you would call it passive, passive resource ability. I just feel like the resource needs some tuning in the sense of it being more useful. Because right now, I don't even know. Like you could, if someone would just give me the character and I didn't know that the resource was a thing, I wouldn't even notice that it was a thing. I wouldn't have noticed that my damage dropped off or ramped up from having high focus, and I think that's a problem. Like if you want it to be diminishing like damage when you have less focus, then make the scalability of the focus a lot higher. You feel me? I don't know, something about it. It just doesn't feel. It just doesn't feel like it belongs because it doesn't really add. It doesn't feel like it adds to the damage. And that's before the buff of like the nerf to stats and after the nerf to stats, like before and after post. So I don't know. I just feel like they please circle back on focus and give it some better damage, as well as some of the hunts, such as the hunt of the Raven, which gives accuracy. Give that shit away. Throw it away. And the bear one. Throw that one away. And go back to the drawing board on how good focus damage scales for the ability for the what's called the Rangers, and I think it's the hunt or the mark of the bear, or the hunt and the mark of the Raven. The one that gives accuracy and the one that gives pin. Because pin also sucks. Physical pin sucks. I can't say much about my magical pin, but physical pin sucks. And the accuracy buff that you get from the Raven one sucks ass. Dude, I need to go to the back. We need to go back. And if I know I'm saying stuff sucks and not giving a way to improve it, I did say a way to improve the focus one, which is it needs more damage. But I don't know, something about the hunt. The value or the thing that the hunt and the Raven does now, the previously was better. The one that it uses now is worse in my opinion. And just what's called pin just sucks. Like it just needs the equation on how pin like works and interacts with mobs and people just needs to be reworked. I don't know the equation, so I can't give any like real feedback, actionable feedback on that. But I'm just saying the equation just doesn't feel like it adds enough when you add pin to your kit or to your character's armor. And that's just how I feel. Let me know how you guys feel about the Ranger. That's my take on it. That's mine. But yeah, and also tempering sucks. Tempering sucks like extremely badly right now. It's super expensive. It feels like you're getting negligible like damage because it only, I'm assuming, because I haven't tempered all the way to 100% because it's so fucking expensive. I'm assuming tempering only tempers you up to the highest point of that specific rarity. So if I have a 20% quality purple item, it only goes up to 100% quality purple item. That shit sucks because it's so the range is so negligible that it just doesn't feel valuable, and it takes so much. You get like 5% quality every time you like temper something, and you need so many like materials to temper it because you need the same quality materials. If I'm using a purple item, I need purple materials, and then on top of that I need the gold, but I also need gold most likely to buy the materials. So it's just a no for me, dog. Like if I have a purple steel longbow, I need purple steel ingots. Like, fuck off. Like, you know how hard it is to get purple coal or stuff to get purple, like freaking steel ingots? It's just bad. Like, thumbs up, brother. Imagine if I was using a weapon that was like purple, that was like a glittering steel ingot that you get from what's it called? From the forge, the Befallen Forge. Imagine how many fucking what's it called? Of those steel ingots that you need from the Befallen Forge that I would need. Like, and you need so much braid wood. It's just icky. That's what I'm gonna say. It's just icky. It definitely, I know it was a first time implementation, but it definitely needs another pass because it's just not, it costs too many materials to temper, it costs too much money to temper, and you don't get enough money for tempering. I'm not sure if that's what they wanted. Did they want it to feel useless and only for the 1%? It feels very 1%ish, like for the people with the most money and don't have any other money to spend shit on. And it just feels bad. It just feels bad. Like, ugh. Like, let me know what you guys feel about tempering. Have you guys tried to temper something that's heroic or higher? I have. It's not fun. Also, it doesn't feel that good to deconstruct stuff because you need a specific level to deconstruct stuff. But you also need those things that you deconstruct, like the materials you get from deconstructing, to make tempering kits. I get it, what they're trying to do, but it just doesn't feel good. It doesn't feel intuitive. Like agree. Like, hear me out. Like, you need, let's say I'm doing like a journeyman, like steel longbow. Only way that like it makes it useful for me to do to temper my steel longbow is for me to do carpentry, because if I have level 20 carpentry, which is journeyman, then I'm able to disassemble journeyman like weapons and journeyman bows. Not journeyman weapons, but like only journeyman bows, like stuff that you can make with carpentry. Then I can get the materials, like the specific materials that you get from disassembling carpentry bows to make the tempering kits. But let's say I don't want to do carpentry, then I basically need to, it seems like I may need to give my bow up to someone to basically temper my shit. Like, because I can't get the materials to make the tempering kits because I can't, it just feels bad. It doesn't feel that good. That's my fault. Let me know what you guys think about tempering. Do you think they need to go like back to the drawing board with tempering and item deconstruction? When I at first had the impression of item deconstruction before we got it, which is scary to me because there's a lot of stuff that I might have an impression on that's probably totally different what I think, and this is already just the start in the beginning of it. Oops, it must have restarted. Sorry guys, but it must like for item key deconstruction, I thought that everyone could item deconstruct anything, and it didn't matter what your profession or what you are, like you have the profession for, like your journeyman, like all that. I didn't think you needed that, but you need it, which doesn't feel good. I'm not sure what they want. Do they want like you to only be able to deconstruct stuff that is in your wheelhouse, but not everyone is going to be a crafter. You feel me? Like, what if I just want to gather shit? And do I not get to deconstruct stuff? Like, what if I'm getting drops and I just want to deconstruct it for money and sell like the parts? Like, maybe that's a way I make my money other than doing caravans. Like, I don't know. Something about it just feels kind of shaky. Let me know what you guys feel. I don't know. I just feel I'm all right making the kits and getting and maybe having to buy the kits from like arcane engineers. Maybe they get to make the best ones or something like that. They can like get you the best materials back from your stuff that you're trying to disassemble, but or deconstruct. But just I don't know. Something's shaky about it, and I'm just not a fan of it. I feel like that's something that everyone should be able to deconstruct everything. Maybe that's just me being Care Bear. Let me know how you guys feel about it. And it directly impacts your tempering, and I'm not sure how they expect people to temper stuff without the specific materials you get from deconstructing. But if you don't run that specific talent, or not talent, that specific artisan crafting skill for that specific thing, you're fucked. And what sucks the most is that you only can be, which I'm alright with, you only could be a master and grandmaster and so forth of certain of so many things. Like I think it's like two master, one or three master and two grandmaster or something like that. So you're never going to be able to temper all your gear at like level 50 at least. 3 pieces of your gear, but there's like 8 pieces. It just sums up. And I know they're gonna do another pass, but I feel like there's not enough people testing the game right now to give them actionable feedback. Like I'm probably one of the few that are giving feedback. It's probably gonna fall on deaf ears because this is a new podcast, and I'm assuming devs aren't gonna watch this shit. So it's gonna fall on deaf ears and fall on probably the 8 of you who may watch this. But I don't know, something's up with it. Maybe you guys should let the devs know on the Discord. Maybe shoot this video towards them. Maybe let them know that we don't fuck with tempering or how item deconstruction is. If that's how you feel, you don't have to feel the same way I do. You can say I'm an idiot. You can say fuck you, Valgo. Your take sucks. But let me know. Also, like I said, we will be getting We will be getting bringing people on to the podcast, like guests. It's just I don't want to do it yet because it's a new podcast, and I don't think anyone will want to go on the podcast with 8 subscribers. Feel me? So subscribe to the channel if you want to, escalate how quickly we can get people onto the podcast. All right, subscribe to the channel. Subscribe to the TalonCast. Let me know if you enjoy it. Sorry for the video in the background being laggy at first. I'm not sure why it was. I might have had to open the video or open it after I started the video. It hasn't been lagging since I restarted it, which is interesting to me. But let me know what you guys think. Other than that, thank you for watching. I love you guys. Don't forget to use my Astro Creation credit code down below if you guys want to support me. It helps a lot if you're making a free account. I mean, they're all free accounts, but if you're making an account on astrocreation.com, it's free of charge. If you use my code, it helps me out a lot. So make sure you guys use my Astro Creation credit code down below when you create an Astro Creation account for free. It's helpful. Helps your content creator out. But other than that, thank you. Subscribe, and I will see you next Tuesday for another episode of the TalonCast. This is the first episode. Woo! This is different. Doing it solo. I'm not sure how I feel. You like it? I don't know. See you in the next one. Peace. Don't wanna say